Hello and welcome to The Resourceful Woman. This is my first attempt at doing a floss tube, so welcome to Flosstube number 1 of Resourceful Woman. Today I'm going to share with you some little things that I've been working on over the last few weeks, I don't know. Something I'd conceived of quite a while ago, and I went through a couple of iterations of trying to figure out how to do it correctly, and I've been just kind of winging it, which is, it turns out, a pun that I didn't intend, but it's quite a good pun because I have been doing little birds, 3 little birds for my sister, hey Stephanie, for Christmas. And she's got like cute little birds, like little ceramic birds in her house. And so I was trying to think of something to do for her as a gift for Christmas. And you know, I don't sculpt little ceramic birds, but I did find these little bitty hoops at Hobbycraft for not very much money, and they seemed like a really good starter point. I was like, oh, little birds about like, you know, 3 or 4 inches wide would be pretty cute and would probably match her aesthetic in her house. So what a great idea. And I happen to know that on the DMC website they have a whole bunch of free patterns, and including some cute little birds. So I thought, okay, perfect. I'll go to DMC, I'll get those patterns. I did. I went and I downloaded these cross stitch patterns, which they're actually much bigger. And of course, when I started to work one of the patterns, I realized it was much, much bigger than these hoops. And I had to make a decision. Was I going to stick with the cross stitch and follow the pattern perfectly and make a much bigger thing and then not have any use for these hoops? And then I was like, oh, you know, this could really take a really long time, and there were all these sort of things. And I was like, no, I really do want to do these little birds on these small hoops. I really feel like this is the way to go. So instead of cross stitching, I just printed these out small. I figured exactly what sort of size to print them on. So I got them all into one sheet in order to make them the right size that they would fit in these little hoops. And then I just have been kind of doing it by sight, which has kind of worked and has kind of not worked. I think like with this one, yeah, okay, that's pretty good. With this one, yeah, you know, it's not too bad. I took some liberties with some of the colors, but overall it's come out pretty much the way that it's supposed to. Now, with the starling, I don't know, something kind of went wrong in the interpretation of the starling's head. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to sit here. I've just got a few little things to finish. I've got to finish this little guy's feet and the branch that he's sitting on, and then finish his beak. And then I've got to finish, I just kind of put in a few more details around the eye and the feathers and things like that on this one, and try to fix its head so it doesn't look quite so stumpy and stupid. We'll see if I can fix that at all. But so I realize that this is not really how a lot of the kind of floss tube community operates. A lot of people, they get very specific cross stitch patterns and they follow those very specific cross stitch patterns. If floss tube is a thing that I continue to do, you will notice that I am not a great rule follower as far as that goes. I do have another project that I'll show in another video that I've been working on for a while, where I really did follow the pattern absolutely to a T. But for the most part, no, I kind of conceive of what is the thing that I want that I think is going to be useful or pretty, whether it's, you know, embroidering on a piece of clothing or a cushion, or for a decorative thing in the home, or, you know, for whatever application it has to be. For me, it has to be useful. It has to be something that either I want or somebody else wants, and you know, will appreciate and will use. I don't just cross stitch or embroider just for its own sake. I mean, I suppose I do that to a certain extent. I come up with projects to have an excuse to sit and stitch, but I do try to make my projects all pretty useful. And I do take some liberties when it comes to which colors that I use, or how or whether I follow a pattern or not. But yeah, this is the project. This is the progress that I have made so far with these 3 little birds, and I'm just going to work on finishing them up so that I can get them out in the post for Christmas. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and thank you very much for watching.